Maxi is doing another thing instead of playing movie. Yeah, this is an idea I had back when my capture card was fucking up. I had a day where I wanted to record Mario Kart Wii Time Trials, and my capture card was fucking up. And I was scared that would, make me not be able to record movie, because movie is played on my Wii. Now it turns out it still works. But I'm doing this anyway, because fuck, I just don't want to get up and get a capture card anyway. So, I'm doing a thing where I boot Mario Kart up on emulator, and I just play it. Yeah. So we're doing 64 here. I guess you could call this the underrated Mario Kart-a-thon, because we're doing 64, Super Circuit, Double Dash, and 7. I mean, Double Dash, from what I can gather of like the casual Mario Kart community, 64 is like, people admit it has qualities, but it's not aged well. Super Circuit is one people forget, but it still has some defenders. Double Dash is generally well liked, and then 7, which is the last one I'm doing, is a game that just people forget about. That's what I can gather from the casual Mario Kart community from watching videos. So most of these games are like underrated within that community. Well, quote, underrated within that community. Like, within that community, if you were to like most of these games, it'd be like, whoa, fucking why? Which is funny, because back in the day, 64 was one of the... Oh, fuck off. 64 was one of the well-liked games back in the day, but only because the generation of 20-somethings on the internet was, like, millennials who had grown up with the N64. So it was basically, like, game was my childhood, therefore it's good type of energy, which is what's happening with, like... Which is, from what I can tell, what's happening with Wii now. Where now the generation of 20-somethings is, like, Gen Z, like 2000s kids. We grew up with the Wii. So, like, pretty soon we're gonna see the, like, generation of Wii U kids. But even then, 8 was always considered, like, a good game, so I don't think it'd be that crazy to see, like, the Wii U, the Switch kids in a few years being like, oh, dude, my childhood! Oh, this game was so cool! Like, the game was always cool to most people. But this one's kind of like Gen Z people just kind of look at this one and be like, it's kind of not aged well. I mean, yeah, it's an N64 game. I mean, the thing was... the N64 wasn't that powerful. Even for its generation, like, it had a lot of... N64 had a lot of fucking memory issues. Like, really, really, really stinky memory. Even for its time, it was a weak-ass console. Like, when they ported, like, Resident Evil 2 to the N64, they had to do so... There's a video about it. They had to do some, like, crazy fucking compression techniques to get the cutscenes in that game working on the N64. Because they were made to be read off the PS1 disc. Like, the N64 was a fucking cardboard box, even for its time. So, of course, this game, like, technically wouldn't have aged well. But people aren't just saying technically it hasn't aged well. People are being like, the gameplay hasn't aged well. And it's like, oh, I can kind of see that. Like, I'm playing it right now, obviously. And I've been playing this game since I was a kid. We had it on the Wii Virtual Console, so I'm, like, pretty familiar with this game. Also, that was fucking close. Pretty familiar with this game. It's, like, inner workings. Well, not inner workings, but, like, I know pretty well how to handle in this game, and how the drifting works, and how to circumvent all the weird shit, like spitting out if you swerve too much, or if you hit a wall at a weird angle. Like, all that. It's like the Sonic the Hedgehog of Mario Kart, if that makes sense. It's a game where you kind of just, like, get accustomed to its weird intricacies, and you just end up liking it. But people who are new to the game and aren't accustomed to it have a problem with it. that's this game for me. Like, I've been playing it for years. I'm very used to how this game works. So I can just jump in and, like, have a good time as if I had played it back in the day. But I can see someone who, like, you know, maybe didn't have it on Virtual Console, or, you know, like, people my age or a little older who didn't have it on Virtual Console, didn't have, like, older relatives with an N64 or like, emulator or anything to play it as a kid, who never really got used to this game. I could see how they, like, would hate it. Because I could admit, you know, it does take a fucking long while to get used to how this game plays, especially if you played if you played a lot of the newer games. Do I have to at first? I mean, I'm not really trying to progress. I'm just trying to show off. This is gonna be a series of just showing off all the courses, not specifically trying to actually win. This is gonna be more casual little series, you know. So, like, I don't really care if I get second on every race. But I was trying to say is I feel like more used to the newer games. This game will take a lot of fucking adjusting. The turning, it's not slippery, but like you can see with me, like, turning. It's very fucking awkward. It's kind of hard to describe. It's very fucking awkward. It feels slippery. It's not really slippery. But it's janky. Oh, fuck you, Toad. It's janky. It's a game that takes a lot of fucking getting used to, and I just happen to have done that. Because this was one I did play a lot as a kid. I think I did enjoy this game when I was younger. And also, as you saw there, the AI rubber banding is complete fucking arse. That's the one thing I will not defend. The AI rubber banding is fucking doo-doo. Actual horseshit. It's like, it's not even rubber banding, they are just tethered to you the entire fucking, can I be trained? Hey! They are just tethered to you the entire fucking race. And then the problem is, once they do get ahead of you, they don't actually slow down. Or at least I think most of the time they don't actually slow down once they get ahead of you. Oh shit, shock and forth. Oh, I got the item probability is weird in this game. But they don't actually slow down that much when they get ahead. So it's not really rubber banding. It's more so like they're just tethered to you at all times. Another one! Also, by the way, if you're epileptic, should probably put up like an epilepsy warning. Because the shock effect is bad in this game. It's actually fucking, like, even my eyes get slightly irritated looking at it. If you're epileptic, maybe don't watch this. They actually have to fix the effect in the Wii Virtual Console version. It's kind of interesting. I keep getting distracted. My point is, the AI is arse. They're tethered to you constantly, and the moment they get ahead, they will not fucking stop for you. You have to really fight for victory in this game, with the controls that, from a modern perspective, take so long to get used to. Like, from a modern perspective, I'm sure back in the day there was hardly any games that there's hardly even any 3D racing games in general to compare this to back in like 96, 97. So like this is probably just seen as normal back then. But nowadays it's like, holy fuck. It's like a completely different style of game you gotta get used to. But as you can see, I'm used to it. I'm drifting around. The pro tip, I think, is pick either the lightweights or the heavyweights. I'm not sure if speedruns use the lightweights. Speedruns use basically exclusively lightweights. I don't actually know why. I think maybe they're faster or a better acceleration. I don't know. The stats are never explained to you in game. Also, excuse me. How do you reset? Hard reset. Wait, soft reset? Oh my god, that fucking closes the gap! That fucking closes the emulator! Are you kidding?